afternoon and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just thought, actually I've been doing a lot of thinking today and I would like to share with you about how agoraphobia affected my life and what I've done to try and deal with that. Certain circumstances and issues in my life triggered a lot of negativity and self-dislike. You know, I didn't like who I was when I looked in the mirror. I didn't like who I was, you know, walking down the street. You know, I imagined everybody talking about me, laughing at me because I had put on weight and I was big and ugly, and, you know, who did I think I was? And rather than face that negativity on a day-to-day scale of things, I found it so much easier just to hide myself and lock myself away. So my house, my home, became my secure four walls, which I very rarely left for any reason. I don't speak to neighbours. I very rarely say hello. It's not because I'm ignorant. It's complete opposite. It's because I have no self-confidence. Sorry, I should say I had no self-confidence. And more and more I found myself hiding away at home. I found it harder and harder to step over that front door. You know, just to do like daily things, to go to the local shop to get bread and milk. You know, I was worried too much about how people saw me, what they thought of me, because that's what I had drilled into me. Now, when you're told so many negative things in your life, you start to believe them, and it stays up there, you know, and it's still up there now to this day. But I try and control and not think too much about what other people think of me and how they see me. I had this experience in October which was out of this world. Got me out of my comfort zone. You know, I had to leave the house. I actually had to fly to a different country to do it. I can't say much more until next week, which I will tell all next weekend. I'll come on and I'll tell you exactly what happened and where you can see certain things. But when I went out to this place last October, I had become that bad. Even travelling on an aeroplane, I just couldn't do. So I had to get my husband to come with me. Now, he handed me over to a group of people at Gatwick Airport who took me on under their wing, who then took me to Antigua. Now, Antigua is an amazing place, absolutely amazing place, and I feel so blessed and so lucky to have gone. I met a very, very good friend. His name's Philip. He was actually on the same venture as I was, and he had similar issues, not so much agoraphobia, but when it came down to his weight, it affected him big time. No self-confidence, no taking his tops off on beaches, you name it. So we gelled very, very well, you know, and we became a couple, not in a relationship wise, but a couple for support. He became my rock. So this week journey out in Antigua, he was by my side. He took the place of where my husband would have been, but obviously he didn't come with me. We had sort of life coaches out there. They helped us see how what we saw as normality and reality wasn't the case. It was in our mind, and it's how we perceived ourselves. And in that process, I started to talk about it, more I opened up, more I realised that the issue was with me, not with anybody else. Now, admitting that is very, very hard at the very beginning anyway. I hadn't realised I had agoraphobia until one of the production team actually said to me, you know, you're suffering, this is what you're suffering from. I had taken a massive panic attack halfway through filming. Just, you know, we were on a trip out to sit at a local pub, only for about an hour, and I couldn't do it. I got out into the van and I went to step out, and I just couldn't make that step down to the pub. So I had a lot of friends and people talk to me and explain, look, come on down, try and focus on something, you know, which wasn't major, but take your mind of why you were sat there and forget that there's people around you. I did find that very hard, very, very hard indeed. But like I said, I was surrounded by friends and the support network there, which helped so much. I can't obviously give you all the details because it'll ruin the show. But what I can say is that week at a plus size resort changed my life. The facilities, I had none of the fear that if I was going to lie on the bed would collapse. You know, I could sit on a chair without my bulges of fat from my hips popping through the holes and hurting. You know, I could go and help myself to food, which I could never have done before. My husband used to do that for me. These were all issues that I faced, which contributed to my, I would say, paranoid behaviour when I actually left the house. It's not something easy to admit that you've got or you suffer from. But once you see that that is the issue, you learn to deal with it. Anyway, I'm not going to waffle on about this too much. But this is, like I said, this is the first time that I feel able to talk about it. I was very ashamed of my behaviour. You know, I lost all friends because I thought they were just laughing at me because I was the fat friend. We've all got one of them. You know, God, in the past, I actually had a friend that said to me, I only hang about with you because you make me look good. Meaning she was slim and busty and gorgeous, and I was this fat one that just went along, you know. And I think that has stuck with me for 10, 15 years. But today is a remarkable day. I actually went out shopping with my daughter. Yes, I'm still paranoid, and you know, I have to keep thinking, no, they're not looking at me, they're not commenting about me, nobody gives a damn about me, you know. And for the first time, I suppose, having the confidence with my daughter beside me, it was the first time that I could actually relax and enjoy my shopping experience, which is the first time in 15 years that I've been able to do that. You know, it was only a local trip, you know, to B&M's. That's all it was. Or they've got great deals in there at the minute. Yes, I was all masked up, which, okay, maybe helped me a bit more because people couldn't see sort of below my nose, so people wouldn't have necessarily realised it was me. But hindsight, it worked to my, you know, to my benefit. But you know, agoraphobia isn't anything to be ashamed about. It's learning how to adapt your life around it. You know, you don't have to come out publicly and say that's what you've got, like I've done. I'm doing it because I don't want anybody to waste 5-10 years of their life scared to face the world, you know, thinking they're alone, that nobody else feels that way, when obviously, you know, I've been down that road and that's the way I felt. And today, like I said, I'm over the moon today. I'm absolutely on cloud nine. The fact that I have gone shopping, I have bought stuff, and I've come home and I haven't broke out in a sweat, or I haven't had a panic attack, and I feel good, you know. And if these small journeys out help me feel this way, then I'm going to do it more often. I guess what I just want to say really is, if there's people out there who rely on YouTube or social media, you know, for their friends and contact, drop me a line. You know, if you want to talk, I'm here. You know, everything's confidential, and if I can help somebody overcome or help them towards getting their life back, then please, you know, message me. I say this every time at the end of every message, every YouTube video, you know, feel free to contact me. I will, you know, reply personally. But you know, your life doesn't have to end, you know, just because you've got agoraphobia. You know, it's not a scary world out there. Not really. You know, we just have to retrain the way we think and our mind is, and move on from life, you know. Sorry, I find it all emotional. But yeah,